Good morning. I'm Dr. Prem. I'm a dentist. I'm the CEO of Gold Dental, and welcome back to the lockdown series of stories with CEOs. And my co-panelist is Mr. Saravanan. He is the CEO of the Cognitive Idea Lab. Today we have a wonderful. I'm proud to have today's storyteller. Today our storyteller is Dr. Roshan Kumar. He is a frontline warrior fighting Corona right now in Chennai. He's a pulmonologist and he's currently deputed at Stanley Medical College. And I felt this was the right time to know what is the current situation of COVID-19 in Chennai. And I think let's hear it from him. Saravanan, over to you.
Okay, thank you, sir. Welcome, doctor. Doctor,
Welcome,
my
sir.
first
Welcome.
question, how is the
Yes.
situation to COVID-19 in Chennai and what is the prediction on the further course of the virus?
So currently, Chennai, we look on today's data, it's around 400 plus cases are there, where you have positive cases around 400, recovered cases around what you call 15 to 20 people are recovered, and still others are on treatment. Okay, mortality wise, you see around 9 people have been reported as fatal cases till now, sir. So prediction on the further courses, what we are looking at is this extension of lockdown. Probably what you call this, how well or how success this lockdown had come down, depending upon the prediction courses will be there. But whatever it is, the prediction right now we have to say that probably a month and so we're looking this, we're trying to look this flatten the curve at present, sir.
Thank you, sir. Doctor, my next question, how have the lockdown measures affected you professionally?
It has really not to say it is affected, but it has what we call it has given us a tag as frontline warriors. Now people started looking at the other way, what we have been looking previously. With me, Dr. Prem also will agree with how the doctors have been seen through all these years. Now the situation has been changed. The public has known that these are the real frontline warriors who needs to be there, who needs to be respected. And as professionally, we have become even more what you called what you say even more what you called something professional in sense we have become even more responsibilities. So that's what responsible society, responsible state, responsible center, responsibility to the global, because everyone are watching everyone. That's it. It's become a pandemic situation, so where everyone responds, each and every individual of the healthcare workers are equally responsible to bring those this pandemic situation.
Thank you, doctor. My next question, doctor, are you doing anything differently for treating your regular patient compared with when during normal time?
Definitely, sir. Now we have stopped our OPD clinics. Okay, that's the first thing, because now as a chest physician, all our case present to us is a fever, cough, and cold. So the main presentation in COVID, patient with COVID or fever, dry cough, and rest, tiredness, fatigue, everything. So what we have done is we have completely stopped OPD consultation. Now we are moving on to call this an online consultation or phone-based consultation. And whenever a patient approaches to us, with this kind of symptoms such as say cough or fever, anything, we generally refer to a government institute for further workup, because we are not sure how is it a communicable spread or not. We are not very much sure about this. So what we do is generally we do a phone screening. See, whenever a patient called us, we did a phone screening for COVID symptoms. When these patients are negative, and if these patients are old patients who have been regularly follow up, we advise symptomatically appropriate treatment at the given time. When the situations are better, we'll tell them to come back when you have any kind of difficulty.
Okay, doctor. Thank you. Doctor, my next question, during this crisis, how have you utilized your time in your work situation and in relation to your patients? Could you share a little about your personal life and the effect on the things you enjoy and usually have little time to do?
So definitely this lockdown has changed a lot in my perspective. See, what what was our life being is we get up in morning around 6 o'clock, then start our job, start our professional career or professional service. Then we come back around 10 o'clock. So we have been working for quite almost 365 days throughout the year. So this lockdown has brought us down. Now what we do is just go back to our home. I spend a lot of time with my kids. That's the biggest advantage I got with this. Spending almost the evening with my kids. That's a big thing I can say. And second thing, started having a healthy food where I was missing all the day, because being this profession, the timing has always been my worrying for my family also, because you're not able to have a proper food at a proper time, and sometimes you need to have at the hotel or outside when as per the requirement. So second is my having a healthy food, and third is of course going back to my old kids childhood, playing games, lot of games, sharing my time with my yeah, just playing some kind of what you call mind games, or some kind of game that been organized at our home. We are like a joint family, so we have people with social distancing. We play a lot of games here.
Okay, doctor. Doctor, my next question, doctor. As a pulmonologist, what is your advice to our viewers on avoiding this infection?
Definitely, sir. See, as a pulmonologist, as a doctor, basically, if we say as a doctor, first and foremost, we need to be not to panic, sir. That's the first and foremost thing, that we should not be panic. But at the same time, we should be prepared for whatever the situation is going to come to us. Okay. So then the government is already been taking a proactive measures, okay, such as lockdown, maintaining social distancing, then on a strict coming strictly on people not following on that. So this kind of measure. Then we go most importantly social distancing, sir. The what we call this, the social distancing has been played an important role, because no other no other uh, method has been as successful as maintaining a social distancing. Okay, any method whatever we know can you call us a hand hygiene, but the most important thing what I feel and what around the globe feel or say is an social distancing. Please have to maintain a 2 meter distance. Okay, next comes as a hand hygiene. Okay, have completely do a hand hygiene. You no need to have sanitizer. You can do it with a soap and liquid. Okay, at least for next 40 seconds you have a complete hand hygiene. Okay, sir. Then what we call as a public coordination and preventive measures. See, such kind of pandemic, when we come across to Facebook or through some WhatsApp regarding the public, some not I we don't call it all public, but some public where they're still they still roam, or what we call the still in what we call in coordination with the public healthcare workers. Whenever there's quarantine or whenever there's a screening going on, we have seen few areas there's not been much of coordination with the public. So I think once public coordination goes hand in hand with that, I think we will very soon will able to achieve that what we call the flat the curve.
Super, doctor. Doctor, my next question, could you share any particular incident while with patients that you felt was life-changing during this time?
I have no personal experience as such, sir. No close personal experience, but my one or two my colleagues who have been working around what you call abroad, or who have been working, my other colleagues who have been currently working with our department other in the COVID patients have been sharing this experience. What one thing is that when what you call this, when someone approaches with fever, there have been too much of panic in the youngsters. Okay, that's I have been seeing few people over the phone also. They have been calling us, sir, I have fever, sir, I have fever, sir. How to go about it, sir? Where should I test? So one thing has happened that the panic mode has been happening even with a small fever, where in a country like India, fever is used to be treated with Dolo 650, right, sir? Dr. Prem will agree with me. Everyone will agree with me. A country like India, fever தானே 3 நாள் கழிச்சு போயிடலாம், லேசா ஜுரம் தான் சார், டோலோ போட்டோம் சரியாயிடும், சரி வரல. So in that kind of situation, a small fever has changed the life of everyone. Okay, 10 years old child called us a 60 years old grandfather called us and asking, sir, fever இருக்கு, what to do, fever இருக்கு, what to do. முன்னாடி எல்லாம் அந்த கேள்வியே வராது, அதுக்கு கன்சல்டேஷனுக்கு வராது. So life has changed in that way. And second thing is what we call changes. We had an experience of my friend who has been in UK, where he was able to see a 96-year-old female, I think female, I mean, I'm not sure, who was completely recovered from it. So that's the moment that he had been, because where there were a lot of cases admitted of all the ages, there were not good recovery. But a 96-year-old who has been recovered from this kind of thing, he has experienced what after recovering, what was that main thing is that the female or male, I'm not sure. Only thing they have said is they had a confidence in them that they have been kept positive, sir. That's the thing. That's the thing I remember, because I spoke 2 weeks back. Then he said me that they were very much confident, not much of panic. They were very much of calm. They were living a regular life, reading books, doing meditation, and probably that's the one thing that they have seen in such a kind of pandemic also, with this kind of awareness, which this kind of mortality we see in an elderly people, they say age of 60, there's a high mortality. When this 96-year-old have recovered, so probably in England, that's the one thing that's good news that I heard from them.
Thank you, doctor. My last question, doctor. One might hope that in face of such a crisis, it would be appropriate to reflect and maybe change the way we live our lives for the better. What do you think, doctor? What changes would you like to see happening?
Sir, to occur the changes probably will take little more months, sir. Okay, first thing, because now we are expecting, we're not expecting sooner these changes. Probably once these changes occurs, what people have understood, or what I have understood, that everyone has to give respect to the nature. Once you try to disturb the nature, nature will give you back. That's the one thing, sir. You disturb the nature, nature will give you back. That's the, I think everyone will agree with me this thing. So there'll be a lot of changes. Some people we discuss on, people say வருஷத்துல ஒரு தடவை இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கணும், வருஷத்துல ஒரு தடவை இந்த மாதிரி இருக்கணும், because now people started living with the family. People started seeing change in weather. People started enjoying that family relation, the bond. People started having a new hope. Okay, when this goes around, and what you call this in environmental factor or in a family factor, so there's kind of positive hope is going on in such a kind of pandemic situation also. We see a positive hope. Probably this has to continue. People has to understand that nothing much is more than important than what we have now.
Thank you so much, doctor. Thank you so much for all these inputs, and basically you are truly called a frontline warrior, so young, and still you want to be at the front fighting corona for all of us, while we all sit at home and enjoy ourselves. And that 96-year-old story definitely will inspire a lot of people, and that corona, it can be defeated, and you all require confidence in that. And that Dolo 650 kada vande, that is prevalent in every specialty everywhere. And now
everywhere.
Now with just a fever and people panicking, and it's good in a way that all these malpractice and all these what you call over the counter prescription by medical shop will
it has been come down. Stop him. That's I think.
Thank you so much.
Ultimately, what will come down, sir? It is ultimately in public coordination that is going to take over. See, ultimately, nor the government, nor the doctors, it's an equal responsibility. Every individual is responsible whatever today it is, and every individual will be responsible whatever happens today. It is not a government that is going to take. You can't call it not a state government, not a central government. It is every individual is responsible. We have to come together, fight together, and we have to restart together. That's it, sir.
Thank you. Restarting together, that's a great thing to finish it. Thank you so much for your time in your busy schedule.
Thank you, sir.
All the best, and all the best in fighting the war for us. Thank you so much for your time, sir. Thank you.
Thank you, sir.
Thank you, doctor. Thank you.
Thank you.